talk to the North Carolina Attorney General's office probably at least once a week, and we've not heard any further from that after y'all went up there.
The way a compact would work, of course, is the legislatures of each state would agree to something, and then it would be approved by Congress. This lawsuit does not keep that from happening, but again, we have had no signs of life of any inclination to do that from North Carolina.
Go over again, if you would, the broader implications for other river basins. Why again is this particular case important to other rivers in South Carolina?
Because the same rule that applies in this case, the guidance is given by this case will apply with much force to the things that happen in the PD as well as along the Savannah River. We have the state of Georgia is interested. Everyone here has probably heard that Atlanta is running out of water, and they are thinking of our friends in Georgia say it's not true, but we still hear rumblings about a pipeline coming to the Savannah and going to Atlanta and then discharging into some other basin over there instead of coming back. We know the city of Savannah is pumping water out of that Florida aquifer at such a high rate that the wells in some of the municipalities down in Beaufort are full of salt water now. They have real problems down there. So the decision that will come out of this will impact all of that, and will point a direction for not only these three states, but all the others east of the Mississippi.
I would add that the drought generally is not unique to the Catawba Basin. Over in the western part of South Carolina, I believe around Lake Hartwell has been decimated by the drought. So the same issues are going to because again, we get what is left of any river that's flowing interstate. So the very same apportionment issues could come up in numerous interstate rivers in South Carolina.
Yeah, you don't need a boat to get across some of those lakes now. You can walk right across if you can get through the weeds.
One way you might want to look at it is look at the map of South Carolina. If you look at our rivers, we don't control any of our rivers. In fact, North Carolina or Georgia, in fact, the gatekeeper. Basically, all the rivers that come into South Carolina. So we've got to be careful how this works out.
Going back to the issue of economic impact, what this could mean for our state and not being able to permit new industries coming here, given what you were talking about, pollution concentration. Has there been any evidence that you've heard from the governor's office or Commerce or any other agency in the state that that's happened so far because of this water that we don't have control over from North Carolina?
Well, we have had economic impacts. I mean, as far as the drought is concerned and lack of water, we have had economic impacts. We've been getting, I know York County, there have been impacts there. We have different industry that has, we know certain industries during the last drought, certain businesses were about to have to shut down or did have to shut down part of their productions because of the low flows in the river and what that meant for discharge or outtake and how they run their productions. So there has been economic impact so far, and our fear is that it would continue and could be exacerbated if North Carolina chooses, which under their law they are allowed to do, to take more water out of the river.
Is there any way to enumerate what that impact has been? I mean, millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions?
No, but Bowater particularly filed an affidavit in our original jurisdiction filing as to how the impact on their operation. At this stage, we've not been able to determine the monetary amount of all of that, but that's going to be part of our case. So
that's part of having our economists and working with the different businesses and counties and everybody that's involved.
But even if we knew, we wouldn't want to say right now.
You don't get it.
Suggestions, ideas, questions? Okay, well, y'all, thank you very much for coming. We've got a lot of work to do, and if we can keep this grand collaborative effort